Y'all can still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I can hear you.
Perfect. So right now we're going over everything that is crypto related and why everything is moving. So remember opportunity. As long as it's news, as long as there is opportunity, we take action. Right? Tesla has been on a nice sell off. Y'all put Pirates been having a field day on Tesla and it going down, right? For me, I like to just, wait those calls for opportunity, right? I'd rather quality over quantity. So instead of me trying to chase it going up and going down, I'm just looking for those opportunities when it is going up. So I keep it simple, right? The more you complicate trading, the more it'll get difficult with your strategy. The more you kind of try and change up what you do and try a different strategy, maybe you miss one trade out of 10 and you're like, dang, I want 10 out of 10. So you start to try and change up your strategy and switch it up. If it works, don't change it. There's no point. A lot of people see others making money, profiting, and then they'll say, hey, let me try and change up my strategy to be like theirs. What works for one person may not work for another. Maybe they have all the time in the world for them to be able to do that strategy. Maybe they've been studying it or setting it up for years for them to be able to play on that strategy, to recognize patterns, recognize certain setups, right? So everyone's, no matter what, still going to trade different. If I put 1,000 traders in the one room and teach them all the same thing, they're still going to get 1,000 different entries and 1,000 different exits, right? So it's all about emotion, being able to actually control your emotion when you're in a trade, being able to be patient, right? Most most people want instant gratification. You see profits, you're like, dang, I want more. I want the whole thing. I want 1,000%, 10,000%, right? There will be trades where it's 20, 30, 40%, and that's it. You gotta understand, let's say if you have more than one, take those profits, right? On Friday, I had more than one Tesla call. I was scaling out, slowly taking out and taking profits. So then there's a point where I'm only holding profits, right? Anything else is a runner. So that means if Tesla tanked midday or at the end of the day, I would have still been able to profit for the day because I sold and took profits. Don't let greed,
FaceTime video.
don't let greed take over on your portfolio. That's how we can lose money, right? Don't let greed take over a good trade, especially if you're already in the money. You can't lose if you take your profits every time.
Yep.
Oh, the boy here.
What's good, bro?
What up, what up? I'll go ahead and give a quick intro for my guy. This is ECMoney. Um, he'll tell you how long he's been trading, but for this guy, he has definitely helped with my trading style. So if I don't know it, I go to him, and if you don't know, we find someone else that kind of has the idea also. So of course, with trading in your journey, it's good to have a mentor, someone that kind of makes it easier for you to trade. You kind of bounce ideas off of each other. So I'll go ahead and let him start. So far, I let them know timing is key. Timing is important. If we say something
Mhm.
at 9:35, don't say should I still enter at 9:42, 9:50. But and then I was just going over some basics.
All right, that's cool. So, so for everybody that don't really know me, I've been training for over 10 years. I mainly trade like SPY, um, pretty much anything that's actually going on momentum on the daily. So I'm an intraday trader, day trader, and then what I do is that I take my profits from day trading and then I push them into like longer term trades. So I have a couple of ports. Each port has something different that I would like to do with them. So, like I said, one is for day trading. That one's somewhat like a middle port for port a little bit. There's other ports that I have that are a little bit more aggressive, which are like at 1,000 or 5,000, depending on what it is. And with those, pretty much just zero DTEs, sometimes the full amount of whatever I have in there, or sometimes just a certain amount depending on the trade. So I'm more of like if the trade is going down, I'm going down with the trade as far as if it's puts. If the market is going down, I'm going with puts. If the market is going up, I'm going with calls. Sometimes I just focus on just SPY or SPX or QQQ or SQQQ, depending on whatever's hot. So I'm not just a one-sided person. I play both sides. Most of the time, I would just say whatever I'm looking at, it's anywhere from 5 minutes to 30-minute time frame. That's usually how I trade. I look at the longer time frames, which is like an hour or 4 hours for my levels and what the stock has been doing, ideally over the last month or so. And I make my decisions afterwards. But sometimes it does impact what I'm doing in that day as far as what I'm trading. Lately, I trade off of the EMAs, the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA, the 90 EMA, and every now and then I put the 21 EMA on there. But mainly the 90 EMA and the 50 EMA are the ones that help me out a lot. And then the 200 EMA is where I find my supports and my resistances as well. Depending on the time frames as well. Time frames are very important. Um, Nico, you were asking me as far as like what a trade would look like when I enter it.
Yeah.
What do you, what
So
exactly
that,
do you?
so let's say, if, are you gonna manually post or like screenshot wise, or how do you want to for them to be able to go along?
Uh, so what do you want me to like? What do you want me to show? Like as far as like the chart, like my entry point in the chart, or like
Are you
what is it?
using Thinkorswim or ChartSwap to enter the
I'm
trade?
using I'm using Thinkorswim. Charles Schwab has an application, but I use Thinkorswim. Um,
Because most of them
I
are the Robinhood and Webull. So I don't.
okay, yeah, I can show Robinhood as well if you want. It's up to you. I have a port that I created um uh
Challenge.
for the challenge for this week, and I put like 1,000 on there, and then I think I just bought Soul today, just to kind of get it up. It's up to like 1,200 or 1,300 or something like that, so a couple $100. But all right, so what is it like? For example, like you want me to go over how I would create the like how I would get into the position, or
Wait, are you doing the challenge on Robinhood?
we can do it in either one, Robinhood
All
or
right. I
Thinkorswim,
guess
whatever you
to
want.
make it easier, then I guess do it on Robinhood. Only
All
so
right, yeah, that's fine.
everyone will be familiar with seeing what they need to look on the chart.
Okay. Do you want me to I mean if everybody knows how to get into a position and get out, that's fine. But I am going to be using Thinkorswim as far as charting goes, if that's okay.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if everybody has their application open. I mean, I'm just gonna go over it pretty much.
Yeah, I got Thinkorswim open.
All right. Well, do you want me to do because I mean if I can do Thinkorswim for you, but I think everybody else is Weeble or Robinhood. I can go
And
over Weeble too if you want. It's up to you.
what does the majority of you guys need?
I got
Robinhood.
Robinhood. What else? What else? Only Robinhood?
Thinkorswim on the desktop and on mobile
I'm
All
seeing the
right.
hood.
Yeah, I can go over Thinkorswim on the desktop and mobile as well if you want. It's up to you.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we can do
Majority of Robinhood people.
We can do Robinhood real quick, I guess. So if we're on the main page of Robinhood, it should say investing, right? Investing on the top left-hand side.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go to the magnifying glass. I mean, everybody should know how to do this. Magnifying glass at the top. It's like a little loop that you see there. Type in the name of whatever it is that you want to trade. I would just say SPY, SPY. SPY is the S&P 500 ETF. You click on that. Right now, it should show you that it's 11 cents overnight. Right. So after you click on that, I just go to trade. It says it on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Then I click on trade options. After I click on trade options, all the trades that I'm going to be doing on SPY for the challenge, if I do select one, is going to be for the same day. So same day is going to be tomorrow, which is March 3rd. March 3rd is going to be switched to today, tomorrow, automatically because it's a zero DTE. It's a zero DTE trade. Okay, so we're going to click on March 3rd. And then you're going to see right under it, it's going to say buy, sell. And then right next to it, it's going to say call or put. Okay. So just for the sake of it, let's just say buy. You always want to do buy. Never sell. Always buy. And then you're going to click and select where it says call. Now, for this challenge, we're probably going to be a little bit more aggressive. So depending on how the market is moving, we're going to look at $1 to $2 from to either side. And also depending on where the market is at. Okay, so if the market right now is at 594.25, and I'm thinking that we're going to be bullish, then we're going to go to 595, depending on how the premiums look. The premium means if the little number that says, for example, 595 call, it says the break even price is 596.77. I think to break even the the 0.42, I think that's the delta. I think that's one of the Greeks. I'm not 100% sure, but it says $1.79. So if you're playing with, let's say, 500 or $1,000, you got to do the math how much you want to be in there, right? So if you're clicking on 1.79, you click on there, the next screen should say limit order on the top right-hand side. Nico, I'm not looking at the comments. I don't know if anybody's has any comments yet or anything like
I
that.
just started
So
sharing screen to show Robinhood.
okay. Well, that's from your phone, right? Because you have an iPad or whatever.
It's on the iPad.
All right, yeah, cool. All right, so we're okay. So we're at right there. Click trade options, March 3rd, and then that setting right there should be exactly like that. So buy always, never sell. I don't think it'll let you
Never
sell
touch this.
anyways.
Never
If
touch
you hit
this.
sell, it's gonna be a disaster if you don't know what you're doing. If you have a margin account, so please never click sell. So buy and then call or put. So if I say calls right, 595, you see it right there. It should say 595 to break even. I think Nico has a little bit different. It's got the implied but volatility there included as well, and then also the one of the Greeks for to the break even. So you click there, you click on the 1.79, and then right there where it says you're gonna do one. So if you're doing one, it's $179, but that's at the ask, right? So you got to think about it this way. If I'm saying I'm buying at 1.70, you would switch that to 1.70, right? So that's not what the price says right there. But what I'm doing is that I'm waiting for the price to go down a little bit or to go down a little bit so that it actually fills my call. So at 1.70, and then I can put four contracts. I think four contracts should be what, like $900 or 800. No, at a dollar
1.70.
70, a dollar 70.
Yeah. 700.
700. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have 500, you got to do the math on what you're trying to put in there. If you have 1,000, you got to do the math as well. I think 1,000 is like eight contracts. I think I'm not 100% sure. Um. Yeah. Okay. I'm fucked with the math right now, but okay. Uh. So I never buy in the money unless I'm playing with bigger money. So let's say if it's SPX, if you go to SPX right now, XPX, whatever is close to it now, you'll probably be like, I don't know, it's probably gonna be like $20 per contract. So that's like $200 in the money. So 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 go to trade options, March 3rd. So right there. So in the money is like, yeah, $16, $18. Those are close to the money or in the money. All right. So we want to do like a dollar. We want to start with SPY, I think, because that'll be easier. You can probably do like maybe we can probably do like one SPX here and there, but I want to just start with something a little cheaper to build a portfolio up. Um, so to we can't even do like a sell mimic because there's no position open. But click on 179 again, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right. So then we go in there and then we hit review, and it's gonna ask you to review whatever contracts you want to do. Make sure it's always on limit order, and then you swipe up, and then you're in the call if it fills at 1.70 or whatever you were trying to do there. Okay. So that's how you
Yeah.
buy it. Same way to sell, you go to the you don't have to do this, Nico. You go to the same page and then you click on the whatever contracts, whatever position you have on options, and then when you click on it, it's gonna ask you what you want to do with it. So you want to sell the option. So you just want to sell it. Now, for zero DTE, which is the same day, please do not get these contracts or do not get into the play if you cannot be looking at the phone or at the computer the whole entire time. Because as time goes through, as the day goes by, you're losing the contracts are losing value because it's fighting against decay, time decay. Okay, so you're getting crushed the whole time unless it's making a move upwards the whole time, or if your inputs, unless it's making a move down, you're getting crushed. So if by 1 o'clock you haven't moved a dollar or two on these contracts, you're probably looking at to be even, or you're probably looking to be red because it's the same day. You don't have a whole week to actually sell this, or to wait around. Also, if you have, also if you have, uh, what do you call it? If you have, if you can be around the computer or you can monitor this, you cannot wait for this to like hit 4 o'clock and then just wait for it to sell itself because it probably won't and you'll probably get exercised. Like they'll probably try to call you and tell you, hey, you have this. Oh, actually, Robinhood closes it
Yeah.
out for you at
I was
3:30,
about
right?
to say, can I say a couple
Okay.
things?
All right. So Thinkorswim doesn't do that.
So Robinhood at 3:30, it will auto sell your contracts if it is expiring that day. Like E was saying, by 12 o'clock, when it comes to your contracts, whatever you're in, number one, unless you are literally going to be by your phone, don't enter anything after 12 o'clock if you're doing a zero DTE. If you're not sure, the reason why that time decay will be against you. So that means the contract is expiring that day before the market closes, right? It's going to automatically sell. So at 3:30. So if your goal is not to wait until 3:30 for it to automatically sell. The goal is to sell with profits, right?
Yeah.
There'll be times where maybe after 3:30 where it continues to push higher, but make sure that you are on top of whatever trade you're in because the closer it gets to 4 o'clock, any drop, you could see a trade up 100% and it will be down 40% instantly, very quickly. So just keep a very close eye on those zero DTE trades, please. All right, my bad.
No, yeah, that's good. Is everybody good with that? With Robinhood?
Y'all with us?
Yeah.
Green light.
Yeah, copy.
Yep.
All right.
Weeble is similar when it comes to at least the function, what you have to do. They just have a lot of extra stuff on the screen and extra scanners and screeners and
Do you guys want me to go over Weeble or you're good?
Thinkorswim.
Alright. Well, Thinkorswim or I think Edwin.
Thinkorswim,
Edwin.
I think so. So. Are you able to share charts or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got questions? Don't be afraid to ask.
I
Yeah,
think
so
you gotta turn it on.
I'll send the recording at the end for you guys. It takes probably like 10, 15 minutes, and then like YouTube link be taking forever.
I think you gotta allow the screen sharing thing.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Yeah.
I need to know how to make stop losses. Put stop losses on contracts.
On water Thinkorswim.
Yeah.
Alright. From alright, hold on. Let me put this over here just for training purposes. Oh, this looks wacky. Alright. Alright. Shit is not even letting me. Oh, there it goes. Screen 2. Alright, this is on the desktop, alright?
For sure.
Alright, so I'm gonna take this off first so I can kind of show you. Alright, so I'm in my chart. This is gonna be the 1K challenge. I'm gonna do this too over here on the side for Thinkorswim. Okay, so I'm in the chart section. If you look here on the top, it says monitor, trade, analyze, scan, market watch, charts, and tools. All right. So I'm here in my chart. If I want to say, let's say I want to look at the contracts on this on SPY, or let's just look at Tesla, or yeah, let's just look at Tesla. So click on Tesla, whatever. There's a chart for Tesla right now. Blah blah blah. If I want to do, if I want to do the options on this, so I go to trade, and then it tells me right here, like anything that I want. So you have March 21st. These are the expiration dates. March 21st, March 28th, etc. Yada yada yada. You have the ask and the open interest and the volume, which is usually what I look at. I look at the volume. So for example, March 14th, the is this Piton? No, this is Piton. So it's Tesla. Let's go to Tesla. I was like, damn, these prices are low as fuck.
I was about to say.
Tesla. So we're going to Tesla. So March 14th, right? Shit ton of volume. So I'm looking at the one that stands out the most. So this one and this one are the ones that stand out the most. So the $300 strikes for March 14th, they have 6,000. This is for the last trading period, not the one that's coming up. So if it's in purple, it means that it's in the money. Okay. So Tesla right now, it's reading off of it right now as if it's in the money because it's 298. It's not at 300 yet, so it's not in the money. So you have the one that's expiring on March 7th, which is this week coming up. You have a shit ton of volume right here, which is the $300 calls. That's 68,000. Then you have the this one with the next volume, which is 310, which I think it'll probably get to it. You want to see, bub? All right. So what you want to do is you always want to click on where it says the ask. Never click on the bid over here if you're doing the calls at least. Over here is the puts. The right hand side is the puts. Left hand side is the calls. So let's just say we're trying to do like I don't know, the $300 calls for March 14th. You're gonna click here. We're under the ask, right? So we're gonna click here where it says 310. That's $8. A little thing will come up here at the bottom. And then you're gonna put whatever you want to buy. So let's say you want to buy 10 of them, right? I'm not gonna click on confirm and send because it's not gonna do anything anyways. But if you want to buy 10 of them at $8.10, then you got to think about that, right? So that's gonna be how much? $8,000, I think, Nico.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I want to hit confirm and send, and it's gonna take you to another page, and it's gonna tell you if you want to review or not. Same way that you do this, I think you can do a let me see. I never do a stop loss right away when I buy, but I think there's another way.
You're
Let me
trying to
see.
check to see how to do it when you're not in the trade right now.
No, I mean, if you want to do a stop loss, this is what I do, okay? So let's just say I just don't have I don't have a I don't have an options open right now. But let's say we already have this, right? When you hit confirm and send, you can change all this to whatever you want. So if you want it to be 3 times, or if you want it to be the price, if you want the price to be $5, you do $5. If you want this to be 100, you can put 100, and then you hit confirm and send, whatever. Now, after you have that already, what I usually do, which really, really, really has saved my ass a lot, okay? You go back into charts, and then this is gonna open up. Hold on, I'm trying to take my monitor out of here. So you gotta give me.
You're good. Any questions, you?
You know, I love
um,
that you asked that, Nico, because I definitely have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been here, but I was kind of busy. Can you give me like a rundown of the challenge? Are we making 1K or we gotta start with 1K?
Starting with 1K. 1K
Oh, good.
support.
you can start with whatever you want, though.
Yeah,
And then
honestly,
just
you can
take the
start with
trade.
whatever.
I'm gonna try to take like I'm gonna try to take like trades that are not that expensive. So maybe if you start with like 200 or 500, you might still be able to do something with it.
Yeah,
So
I'm
and then
I'm in that area.
yeah,
200.
Yeah,
so
because I'm like, listen.
You're
no, it's
good.
fine. It's fine.
I'm in that area.
If I could give a trade that's gonna give 5 times right away, shit, I would love to, but
Yeah.
we gotta be realistic too, like
For sure, for sure.
I can try to, I don't know, say, hey, this one's a good play, and then it might go negative right away. I'm
Hmm.
just trying to be realistic.
Can I
So
Gotcha.
put a
yeah,
perspective real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
So I think it was Thursday. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. He had put in puts for I forgot what strike it was.
I think it was 595.
Yes,
I mean, 585, I
five.
think.
Yeah, 585. I believe it was. Right, and so at the very beginning, the day played out. It kind of it went negative at the beginning. By the end of the day, it would have. You know how much it would have been? Where
I think, I think, I think that one paid out almost like 600%, I think, or
so
something like that.
there will be times
Damn.
where our trades will be down, and let's say we wait until what needs to happen to play out, right? So when we jump into a trade, it's all about being able to enter into the right time, buying low, selling high. That's our goal. But if we see a move, remember there's pullbacks. Action, price action is happening as market goes. So yes, you will see times where a trade can be down and we're waiting for the move to play out. So don't forget.
Yo.
Yo,
All right, give me a second, huh?
what up, Kev?
Yo, so I got a question on how we're actually, choosing the trades. So I noticed that the first plays tend to get done like within the first 30 minutes. I know it's not a pattern, but we tend to choose the trades
Mhm.
based off the first 30 minutes. So like the actual way that we're gonna be choosing the trades for the 1K challenge, right? And we're looking at SPY. I just want to know like the thought process behind this. So like, are we looking in the pre-market in the 15-minute or 30 minute to see the overall trend and then wait till the
No,
market
so
open for the candle to close to know that trend and then trading?
we're gonna take yeah, we're gonna go on trend. We're gonna be momentum trading. Okay, so we're gonna look at trend. I'm putting up this chart because I knew this question was gonna come up basically. So Right here, I'm gonna give you the EMAs. This is the 9 EMA, which is the blue one. Then we have the 21 EMA, which is the red one, and then we have the 200 EMA, which is a yellow one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is on the 15-minute, whenever either the if the blue crosses down, we're taking puts over the 21. If the blue crosses up over the 21, then we're taking calls. Once we cross over the 200 completely, we're still in calls. As long as we don't break the blue, we're gonna still be in calls. Same thing goes. Same thing goes for if we're under. Right? So if you look over here, we crossed up, right? Then we started finding some resistance over here, and then we cross back down. This is gonna be for you. I'm gonna try to uh I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to go live as much as I can. But this square here, whenever you see this square here, this is almost like a volume and a trend as far as like a boxed in. So if you look at it here, it never really broke till it went under the 90 the 21 EMA. The 9, this box never broke till it went under the 21. So the 9 went under the 21 and it broke down. And then afterwards it went back into the box and then it finally broke above the 21 again and then it took off. Okay, so we're gonna do momentum trading. We're gonna do confirmation only. If we get faked out, we'll hold the trade till it crosses under the 90 MA again, which is here. If we have to close the trade here because we're in calls, then we're probably not losing that much. That's my thought. So we're gonna take risks, but we're gonna take risks like in a smart way. Okay, so confirmation only. You guys understand that or no? You have a question?
Yeah, I thought you used the 9, the 50, and the 200 EMA. I didn't
I
know you
took
used.
off, yeah, I took off the 50 because the 21 right now it's mixing a little bit better, especially with ES, which is the same thing as SPY.
Hmm.
But I do have it for Tesla. I have it for Tesla. I have it for Mara and other stocks. They all do the same thing. This one shows a little bit more confirmation. If I do, let's say, if I do a study, my bad. If I do the studies, let's see. I might even have it in here, but I have it taken out. Right? No, I don't have it here. Okay, so if we're doing the EMA, we're gonna go to legacy. We're gonna put this one here. We're gonna do what did I have it on there? I think it was let's just do the green, I guess. We'll do 50.
You don't have to. Oh, damn.
It's all good. Yeah, it's good.
I tell him every time. He said, "It don't mind. I don't mind."
Right. So look, it's doing the same thing. So we're just adding an extra one. That's why I took it off.
Heard
You
you.
know,
For the adaptive EMA, when you put the numbers in for the length and the high-low length, does it matter for the high-low length or just
I
for the?
never I never touch it. I always leave it exactly how it is.
I'll
Okay.
put leave
But
any indicator as is.
but it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. If you're starting off, I would just leave it however you want to do it. However it is, that's what I would leave it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, we're just gonna go on confirmation because if we're doing like a challenge, I think it's better for everybody to be a little bit more disciplined, and then also this is gonna allow us to just not jump the trigger all the time. So I mean, if you have something like this, you see this thing rode the 90 MA all the way down except for here, and then it went past the 90 MA, but it never went past the 21. This is the only time that I went past the 21 and it got bounced back down. And these moves, you're gonna see them very volatile, especially on the 15-minute. They're gonna come back down really quick. If the candle's pulling back, they're gonna come back down really quick.
Someone asked, so when the 9 crosses over the 21 on the
Hmm.
15-minute calls and vice versa.
Vice versa, yeah, always. So
Okay.
if it crosses over to the top, see like, the blue is the 90 MA. It crossed above the 90 MA, but you want to have confirmation. You can't just have a cross here because look over here we crossed. We crossed over here, and the next candle under again.
So he's saying have more than one reasoning. Just like I say over and over, have more than one confluence or more than one reasoning on why you're entering. So, for example, the cross is similar to me when I go over the RSI, right? When I'm looking for the golden cross and the death cross. So remember, we don't only just look at the RSI and that's it. We're using more than one indicator. So there's not going to be one magical indicator that gives us perfect entries. This is just kind of giving us a kind of like a not necessarily an early entry onto it, but kind of what's playing out, what trend is going on.
Also, another thing too that I think we're gonna see a lot right now. We're gonna see candles like this one, like this one, and to both sides. I think. So these candles here. So for example, this candle started over here, right, where my cursor's at, right here. It went all the way down here, and then it got picked back up, meaning that there's some kind of buyers down here for whatever reason, even if it had bad news. So if there was bad news and it went all the way down here and they picked it up all the way back over here, that means that it's getting bought up. So that shows a little bit of strength. So the next candle, this candle started over here and went down to here. It got bought up again. This candle started here and went down to here. It got bought up again, and so on. So these three right here, even though they went down, it's showing a little bit of strength because they're actually buying it. So remember, we're looking at the 15 minutes. So these two candles is 30 minutes. These two candles here is 30 minutes. These two candles here is 30 minutes. So, you know, kind of got to go to with the flow as well. Same thing here. Look, we touched the 90 EMA. We went under. We never went down to the 21 EMA. We're still trending here. This is consolidation for this move. This is live right now, actually. So let's see.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Are you saying it's consolidation because it's not touching the 21 EMA?
There hasn't been a full break. If I'm looking at this correctly, let's say we're here. This is the top of this wick, right? So let's just draw a level here. Not the top of the wick, but that's the top of that candle that has in the wick is the top of the candle is this one with the wick. But this is the level right here. I think this is the one that closed, right? On Friday. There's a closing candle on Friday, I believe.
That's the Friday candle.
All right. So this is the new candle from today, I believe. That's the one that gapped up. So we started here, we went all the way up. Let's draw another line here. This is the top. And then over here, you don't have a clear breakdown. I mean, you have some kind of test lower, but we're still trending. I mean, we're still trending to the upside. You have all this right here, even down here, actually. I'm expecting, I mean, we can stay on. We're probably going to be on still, but we can probably test down here. If it goes under the 90, if it goes under the 21 EMA, we'll probably test the 200 EMA, which is down here. But unless some kind of news comes out, they're talking right now, or they've been talking all day about World War III, saying that NATO is pushing for World War III with Russia and Ukraine and the United States and a bunch of European countries or whatever. But I don't think anybody's taking that into consideration, which is okay. You know, we should have a bullish market, especially with how Trump has been talking. If this doesn't work out, we always have crypto. Crypto should be bouncing pretty hard just based on the news that he gave. But yeah, I mean, I think this is consolidating right here because of this move and because of this move. These are pretty big moves. What did it have? It had like a $6 move, buy, right? I think on the close.
Yeah, which is
Something
crazy.
like that. All right. So what I was saying before for the Thinkorswim, right? Let's see something. Hold on. All right. So for Thinkorswim, I'll go back to yes, because that's the only one that's live right now. See, this is the 10-minute for today. This is the 21 EMA, and this is the 9 EMA. And these are the levels here. This is the box that I just drew on the 15-minute. All right, so look, these buttons here on the side, you have time and sales, tells you what volume is coming into each stock. This is there's the mini features, so you're always gonna see 1 or 2 or 3, depending on the size. For Tesla, you'll see 5,000, 400, 100,000, whatever. That's the amount of shares that they're purchasing at that price. If you want to trade, you have your trading here. Now, you see how I actually type in whatever I want. So Tesla, I can type in Nvidia, I can type in SPY, I type in the features, whatever, right? So the same way that we're typing this here, whenever we get the options call, whatever it is that we got. Let's just say we got SPY 5 SPY 600 for, I don't know, March 1st. It's going to appear as the position on your sidebar. So your sidebar is going to look like actually, let's just do this because I took it out. So it's going to look like this. It's going to say all account positions or just one account, whichever one you want. You can just, it'll come up here. It'll say the symbol that you have. It'll say the symbol that you have. It'll say however you have it set up here, your P&L percentage, the pump P&L day, or open, whatever, the quantity, and average price. This is how I have it set up. Okay. Now you got to make sure that this color here that you see, these are the ones that are linking. So anything that you see on this screen is going to come up here if you click on it, right? So let's say if I have SPY whatever position over here and it's going to be an options position, if this one and this one are the same, all right? Well, if this one and the other one are the same, then now you are inside. If you click on this, it's kind of hard to do it without having an actual position. But if you click on this symbol, it's not there obviously. But if you click on your position, it's gonna appear on this chart. Okay, it's gonna appear here, and you're gonna be able to click the same buttons to buy and sell. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying. Does it make the other person that is using Thinkorswim? Do you kind of understand or no?
Nah.
Okay, so look, this red
Hell
button
no.
here. All right, this red button.
Yeah.
Actually, mm, let me see if I have. Okay, so this right here links your position. All right, let me see if I can do it a little better for you. Hold on.
Side note, is Thinkorswim, aren't you able to use more than one chart as long as you
Yeah,
just account and that's it?
yeah. You can
So
use
for
like
anyone
6
that,
charts or whatever.
so anyone that's not trying to pay any more for TradingView, there's your alternative.
Okay, so look, this is how it would look, right? This is how yours probably look. Maybe switched up a little bit.
Yeah, it look like that.
All right, so you have your watch list here. You have the ES. You have your buying power, whatever, and then you have all account position. This is what I have, or you can choose whatever account position you have or current account position, and then whatever symbol comes here, whatever comes out down here is what you have already bought. So any options that you have, any stocks that you have purchased, comments or whatever, they're gonna show up here. Okay. Now, this little, I guess, color here that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all numbered. And so this one's red, this one's yellow, blue, green, whatever, yada, yada, yada. This one, what I would do, I would match this color with the color that it has on the chart. So let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so you see on my chart says blue? My chart here is blue, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would change this to red. If I want whatever I click on here is gonna come up on my chart. So
Mm.
if I have a position here and I click on it, I'll show you guys tomorrow when I get into a position. But if I have a position here and I click on it, it'll come up here automatically. So anything that I'm looking at, if I have a position, I click on it, it comes up here. Now, when it comes up here, what I can do at that point is I can treat it the same way that I would treat a stock that I have, an open position that I have. So all these buttons that I have here on the
Mm.
side, let's say I have active trader, right? So it tells me I can buy ES right now. These are all real. So I can buy 10 contracts. You can't really see this right now, but let me see. You can buy 10 contracts at whatever price it says right here, 5961.75. Futures is a little bit different, but I can click on here and say buy market or sell market. I would just say buy market. If I hit buy market, this comes up, and then these are the amounts that I would put. This is what I would buy. This is just an example, okay? And I will hit send. It will work the same exact way if this was an options trade. Are you gonna be around tomorrow? Because it'll be easier if I just show you live on how it works on an
I'm
actual
gonna
op.
I'm gonna be on my phone at work.
Okay, so this is what I usually use. Okay, so
Mm.
if I'm on the actual trade already, I click on this. It comes up on this side, and then I push this to the side or whatever. If I have 10 contracts, right? If I want to sell them, I just click sell, and it sells the 10 contracts. If I want to flatten the flatten button, it just sells everything for you. Whatever you have, if you have 100 contracts, if you have 20, if you have 30, if you have 40, it just sells them for you at whatever the bid is.
Mm.
If the bid cannot handle it, let's say if you have 40 contracts and on the bid there's like only 20 contracts, it goes to the one under that bid. So if the bid is at 40 cents and it can't handle it, it'll go to 39 or 38, whichever one has the amount of contracts that are needed to fill your contracts.
Mm.
So that's how I trade this right here all the time. SPY, Tesla, anything. I trade it like that. I trade the options like this on Thinkorswim always. I never use buy market or sell market. Every now and then, yes, I'll go in here. I go to trade. I click on whatever, let's say $7. So I did this wrong, right? Because I hit bid, and I always said hit ask, don't hit the
Ask.
bid, right?
Yeah.
So go back to the ask, click it, confirm and send. And then you can the same way that you do this, you can do a stop loss if you want afterwards. The best way to do it is you go into the contract, you hit you right click. It's super hard to do it like this, man, because you can't really if there's nothing open, there's no way for me to show you how I would do it.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
I could watch when you do it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. On the phone, it's super simple on the phone. You can do a little bit. You can do monitor too. It tells you how much you have everywhere else.
Okay.
So Um, but yeah, I usually just use the charts and I hit flatten all the time. If I have 20 contracts, 40 contracts, 50 contracts, I just hit flatten and it just throws it onto the bid.
Heard you.
Tomorrow about
All right. So look, this is where we were. This is the same chart that I had, right? We're still in that pocket. This is 10 minutes. I know it hasn't been that long, but watch it above the 21 again or under the 9 again, and then we'll see where it goes. But under the 20, above the 21, I mean, we can probably possibly go up to this level here. I'll also draw levels. I'll draw levels for you guys as well tomorrow as I go along. So these are levels that I would be looking at if it goes above the 21. Um, on the mobile, it's a lot easier for Thinkorswim. I think it's probably easier than the desktop, a lot easier. Um, it's a little hard to show that too because if you don't have something open, you can't really do much on it. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any questions. It's gonna be real simple, guys. The trades, they're gonna be simple, they're gonna be explained, and I can't really hold your hands through the whole thing, but if you listen and you pay attention, then hopefully you'll make some money with me. If you lose some money, then that's part of the game. It is what it is. We're not gods. I wish I could just come in and win all the time. Lately I've been on a good heater. I've been making some decent money, and I usually know what I'm talking about. But again, you're coming in here at your own risk, and you're just doing a disclaimer, I guess. You're coming in at your own risk, and um, at least I know the game, and I've been in the game for quite some time, and I know when to get out. I know when to go in, and don't worry about the sizes that I'm putting in. If the challenge goes from 1,000 to 10,000, we're still trading it. Hopefully, some of you that started with 200 or 500, hopefully you'll have 5K or 3K by that time, or maybe more. Who knows?
Damn.
So we'll see. Again, I'm not guaranteeing anything. It's just trying to we're trying to see what's up. We'll see what's up tomorrow. Anybody have any questions?
Any questions? Any questions? Courtney, did your question get answered?
Said 10K.
Say it again.
Yep, he said 10K. I was just wondering.
Yeah. So what's long?
So does the challenge start tomorrow or?
Tomorrow 9:30.
Okay, cool. Let me just start over then.
So again, if there isn't a trade, I'm not gonna announce a trade. So if there's a trade, I'll take it and we'll go from there. Um, but if there isn't a trade, I'm not gonna be rushing to get into a trade or try to get a trade every day for everybody. I'm gonna try to make sure that it's a solid trade. Tomorrow I'm gonna be looking at a lot of crypto and I have some investments that I gotta make myself. So we'll see how that goes. But stocks I'm looking at tomorrow, along with Nico, I would say, would be Tesla, obviously, MSTR, MARA, has to do with crypto. Okay. Um,
I put the crypto list together for big ports, medium, and more smaller ports.
yeah. So I think this one's already is at 1581, so 1581. So if you look at here, right? So right now this one is at 1581. So 1581 is above the 21 EMA. So I'm not saying this is where it's gonna go, but the 200 EMA on the daily is around $19. So realistically, if it makes this move within a week or 2 weeks, and you grab something that's, let's say, if we get a little dip tomorrow and we get like $15 calls or $16 calls, and it goes to $20 within a week or 2 weeks, I mean that's a great crazy gainer. I don't even know what type of return that would be. But again, this candle already completely engulfed this one. It's just not showing because the market's not open yet. But this closed at 1392. Right now we're gonna have another candle coming in at 1582 if it stays like this, which is all the way up here somewhere. And you have the same thing with MSTR. MSTR is at what, at 295 right now?
I think it was at Almost 3 at one point.
300, right? So let's
Yeah.
say we close at we close at 255. We're at 297 right now. 297 is around here, right? Right under the 21 EMA above, and then we have the 200 EMA here. So we're bouncing off the 200 EMA. That's good. That's good support. We're gonna have a gap. I mean, we're gonna have a pretty crazy gap. So we're probably gonna have, if we open around these levels, we're probably
We
gonna have
could
a gap.
see 420 very quickly if it continues.
Yeah.
Did it hold the 200 SMA?
Yeah, I mean, this is the 200 ESMA. This is the 200 EMA right here, and then I mean, it held already, so
Yeah,
we should be good to go, in my opinion.
agreed.
This gap already filled. This gap over here filled. Yeah, I would say we should be fine. There's a lot of volume over here. Let me see this other chart here
Well,
that I
I'm
have.
confused on what you mean the gaps are being filled.
You have a gap over here at the bottom. This gap right here, right?
Mhm.
From here to here.
Yeah.
This one's getting filled by this incoming candle that came in, right? That's coming in tomorrow. And then we're gonna have another candle. We're gonna have another gap from tomorrow. You have a gap over here. I think I had put this one on before. So this gap here got filled, almost got filled over here. See how it's mid?
Yeah.
And then it got filled by this candle. So this gap here got filled by this candle here.
Because it
Okay?
closed out that whole
Yeah, it
white
closed out the
box, right?
top of the wick. Yeah, so
Heard you, heard
if you have see how I can do this right here. So
Yo, is that just a thing? Like, just gaps get filled?
not all the time, but I would say like maybe 75 or 80% of the time it gets filled. I don't know why I can't let me see.
Extend it. But I see what you mean, though. I see what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
So you have this one here. You see how this one closed right at it?
Yep.
So this got filled, and then this one held right here. We held the 200 EMA. We didn't hold it quite, but we got
It'll
it.
never
We
be
got
perfect.
Yeah, and we got some news that actually invalidates this move over here because this would have really been bad. This candle here was coming up pretty bad.
Mm.
Um, so then we're gonna have from here. Let me erase this one. We're gonna have roughly, unless we keep going up, we're gonna have so we're gonna be from here all the way to 197. So this one here, this is gonna be a gap up that needs to get filled later on, or maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Because if crypto starts running like crazy, then it's not coming down anytime soon. Main thing that I wanted to point out on this one is these buttons here that I use for you, at least since you use this. So I would say the big buttons, the flatten. As soon as you hit flatten, it's gonna ask you, do you want to sell all your position? And you're just gonna hit yes, and it automatically sells it for you. You can do the same thing here if you want to just buy shares. So let's say like a small stock, uh, this
Or
one that I like.
riot.
Just anything really. But if you want to say you want to buy this one, all right? You want to do I don't know, you want to do 10,000 shares and you do buy market, it tells you right here. And then after you hit confirm or whatever, it'll tell you what the price is and how much you're spending. So you don't have to manually go into your app or your phone app and try to do it like that, or however you do it. You know, you can just go here, put whatever amount you want, and then you can just hit buy. It gives you this right here, and then you go into it and do it. There's a way to set a stop limit, a stop loss as well with it while you're doing the purchase. I'll go into that a little bit later, like possibly tomorrow or so.
Heard
Don't forget this one is free, so if you want to avoid having to pay for trading view, it is a little
So
bit more advanced. You just got to get used to it.
this is how it would look, right? So if I want to have all charts on the screen, these are all the charts that I can put. I mean, I can put more, but let's just say I want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 6, 8 charts, right? And then here I would just link them with whatever color I want. If I want yellow, if I want blue, if I want green. And then you can just go to whatever style you want to do. If you just want to do like a regular style, you can do the 5 minute.
Hey, I don't see no gaps in my charts, bro.
You gotta, which one?
On
Oh,
Thinkorswim.
So it has to be on bar
so look,
charts. It can't be on the Heikenauchi candles also.
are you on your computer as well?
Yeah.
All right, so okay, let's go back to let's expand this one. It's fucking bruh. Maximize sell on this one. Okay. So make sure your settings are like this. So you go to your little gear up here. Okay.
Oh. Oh,
Let me know if you're following me.
yeah, I'm on the gear.
All right. So you go to equities.
Mm-hmm.
You go to show extended hour session.
Yep. Got that checked off.
All right. All right. So let's say we're on Tesla, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go to your, I guess, go to your daily. You don't see this gap here? There's a gap over here.
At the end, I put it on the bar.
So do the daily. Do the daily time frame. 1 year, 1 day.
Mm-hmm. I'm on it right now.
Okay, so you should see a gap on January 31st. The candle on January 31st.
Yeah, I see that green candle up at the top, and then there's a break.
Yeah, so this is from here to here, that's a gap down. From here
Okay.
to here, that's the next day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so whenever you see that, those are gaps. This is a gap over here. From here to here, that's a gap. That's a gap up. Then over here as well, from here to here, that's another gap up.
Yeah. Okay.
From here to here, that's a gap up from here to here. So what I see here, just on this, I'm gonna give you guys a little, I guess a little tutorial, I guess here. So what I see after this gap, mainly, right? I see this, we're the top, right? You can draw however you want. You can draw it like this if you want. I don't know, it's up to you. And then over here we have another gap. Same thing. So Pretty much, this was gonna be kind of ugly, but it is what it is. And then after that, we just gotta shoot. So we have levels that we're testing the whole time. We're going. So what do we have here? We go higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. And then we catapult up and then see if we do it up there. I think Tesla started dying afterwards. Yeah. So over here. So you can do it too upside down. Same thing that you do here, you can do it upside down.
Well, I'm barely catching on regular, brother.
No, no, you're good. You're good. Try to keep the drawing and all the stuff that people talk about, like triangles, uh, wedges. Try to keep it simple because you don't need to confuse yourself right now. If you're just starting, you don't need to be confusing yourself with a lot of those things. Just keep it simple. You know,
For sure.
the stock is, you see momentum in the stock. If it's going up, it's going up. If you see momentum going down, it's going down. If you're looking at volume, where is the volume shelf coming up? You have a lot of volume over here. So what are the interest areas? Over here. This volume over here is from last time. We have some volume over here as well on top. So we're at 420, 423, 350, 344. So I think Nico works a lot with this type of wave.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just got a little setup right now that I'm gonna be testing. This is gonna
I
be.
see. I was peeping.
I'm a big believer in making yourself better all the time. I'm not gonna be using this a lot. I mean, I have my own chart already that I'm comfortable with. So I'm a big believer in, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So this is just gonna be like a side chart. Um, by a side chart, I mean it's just gonna be like a second confirmation for me. Right now, I like this. I like the which was it? Let me see. Everything's coming up like that. All right, so low style project. I think it's this one. No, it's not that one. I think it's this one.
When the stock gaps up, does that
Yeah.
mean high volatility?
When the stock gaps up, does it mean high volatility? Yeah,
Technically, yeah, because it's
I
a
would
big
say,
move.
yeah, it's a big move up, but my whole thing when like things gap up or gap down, you gotta look at it this way, right? So if something's gapping up, let's say I think snow is pretty much a unicorn when it comes to this, but let's say snow gapped up, I think what, like $20 in earnings after, like, not, I
Yeah.
don't know if it was this one or the last one, and then it just kept on going up afterwards. No, I think it was AVGO. I think it was one that was like over $200.
Shit, I know it's.
I don't know,
ABGO.
but let's just
It was
say one.
AVGO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's high volatility, right? So let's just say it gaps up $20. Are we gonna chase it up $20? It has to be like some kind of like craziness going on where like it goes up another $10 or $5 for you to make money, because you got to think about it. All those premiums are already juiced up and people are looking to get profits, to take their profits. Me, I would try to get some kind of retest. If it doesn't get any type of retest, there's like hundreds and hundreds of other stocks out there to get another type of opportunity or similar opportunity, or just trade your trade. You don't have to like, I don't know how to explain it. You don't have to jump into every stock that's like doing well at the same time as everybody is. Yes, it's nice. Let's say PLTR. PLTR is about to bounce back up, I believe. If we can all get into it and make some money, that would be perfect and great. But let's say tomorrow, MSTR. MSTR has good momentum because of what Trump said. Now, if MSTR is already up $49 or $45 by tomorrow, would it be smart for us to actually chase all the way up on that gap up? I don't think so. Will we do it or will we get a trade on it? You never know. I don't know. If I think that I could make some money off of it, I'll try it. But your odds are not as great, I don't think. You know, the stock is going to be up $50 from the other day. So don't you think people are going to want to take their profits more than likely? I'm not trying to steer anybody away from any strategies they have or anything like that. But just look at the stock tomorrow when it opens. If it pulls back, that means that it's going to pull back for a healthy pullback because the stock has good news. I would rather the stock have actually get a pullback from the gap up. If it doesn't get a pullback, it's gonna have to get a pullback at some point later up. If you're grabbing at $50 and it only goes up $5 more and you're in an options trade and it starts going back down afterwards trying to pull back, then your premiums are gonna get burned. That's what I think. Unless you have something that's closer to the money or I don't know. You gotta really have your strategy set if you're trying to get into something that's gonna be gapping up that much. Tesla's gonna gap up, but I don't think there's a lot of. Um, I don't. I think Tesla might be a little bit better. I would say because it doesn't directly have to do with crypto, even though they are involved, and I do think that they own crypto, but they don't have like 500 million or whatever Bitcoin as MSTR. I don't know. I forgot how much they have. Something like that. For 500,000 or something Bitcoin. Um, But you see here, the same thing that happened. So we're under the 21. We went up, never fully crossed over here on the wicks. Now we're going back down. Probably gonna test the 90 EMA. So if we would have gotten on a trade here above the 21 EMA, it depends. We have 2 minutes left on this candle to see what it's gonna do.
In
And
the Robinhood pre-market, it shows it's at 177.86.
what?
Snow. Are you looking
Oh,
at Snow
snow.
now or ES?
No, I'm looking at ES right now. Thinkorswim doesn't have pre-market. It doesn't have overnight. Only on ES. The chart that I'm looking at right now is ES futures
Okay,
mini.
that's futures.
Yeah, yeah, you have the prices here on the right hand side. Um, but yeah, I mean that's all I got. I don't know if I confused anybody. By all means, if you have a strategy tomorrow for MSTR, stick to it. Uh, you know, just make sure you know what you're doing and just go from there.
Any question, Joe?
Nico, did you see my message on Discord?
You are a fool.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, nobody else gonna admit it, but I know I'm not the only one who thought we was gonna make a band plus instead of starting with one.
Oh no. You can start with whatever you want, BK. That's what we're
Yeah.
saying.
No, I know. I already got my account set up and all that, but I was this dumb hype. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna turn $10 into a band this week. Yeah.
$10.
Damn.
I'm like, sign me up. I got 2 accounts.
Yeah.
Are we gonna trade desk, y'all think, in this challenge?
PTD.
Yeah, that's my boo.
She
been kind of red lately. It's that time of the month.
Yeah, she has. Yo, BK a menace. BK been TTD been low down because of earnings, and after earnings continued to bleed some more. Sheesh, golly.
I mean,
You gotta go back up someday.
You do have the I mean, that is a pretty if it moves back up,
It's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be a nice play.
Beautiful.
But this is a really sharp. Like I mean, you have $50 move to the
Fell off a
downside.
cliff and then continue.
$60 move almost to the downside. So I don't know. I don't know. That one's yeah.
It's on the watch list.
Earnings
Yeah.
earnings,
I think it's
earnings
gonna
is
stay on the watch
horrible.
list for a while.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna play a put on it though.
No.
No.
Not
Oh,
down
okay.
here.
It's down.
I don't know if you saw, but Nvidia barely moved. Right now, like it's a 124, I think, right? Nvidia. Overnight. And we have a back. Actually, Nvidia might be a good play too, to like 130. But then you have the chip restrictions from this guy. It's interesting. VGO.
I want to ask either one of y'all, do y'all have y'all Roth IRA on Robinhood or no?
Nah.
I don't. That's,
The ones that y'all do have, regardless of the platform, do y'all do recurring investments?
Continue to put money into it always.
So it depends on how old you are, and then you get like a certain amount each year to do the Roth IRA. I think if you're under 65, I think, or 50, I don't know, I'm not sure. You can only do up to a certain amount. So I think for people around our age, I think it's 3,500.
7,000 or 3,500.
Let me see. Hold on. I have it written down.
Damn it, I'm 58. I'm out of there.
I think it's 7K. That thing be coming out like a fat check.
I think it's 7,000 because mine is like 7,000. I think it's
So
annually or
7,000 if
something.
you're under 50.
So every year you can add up to $7,000 in there. That's the
Correct.
max.
And then
max out.
it's 8,000 if you're over 50. So usually what I do is I have it set up where if I see that I hit my max for the year, I just don't keep loading it because they're gonna throw that back at me anyways. I will look into other investments too because you can do other types of investments inside your Roth IRA. You can also trade off of your
That's why I
Roth
asked if
IRA.
y'all have it on Robinhood.
Yeah,
I'm
I do it on
buying
I do it on
TTD and
Robinhood.
Tesla every week, but I don't think it's in a way because it's not options, or at least I don't know.
You can trade options
You
if
can
you're
trade
approved for
options.
options. Yeah, if you're approved for options on Robinhood, you can trade them in your Roth IRA because sometimes, like, say if I switch to a margin account, on my cash account, then I'll move the money to my Roth IRA so I could just like if I want to get in the trade and I can't because of the little pattern day trader thing, I'll trade in my Roth IRA.
You see what Robinhood has kind of created Robinhood has created like a loophole with the cash accounts and the margin because I don't think any other platform allows you to do that to switch on and off of a margin to a unless you call and then it takes like a day or it takes 2 days for it to actually switch back and forth. But I mean, it is what it is.
What platforms do you guys use for your investment accounts?
I have Schwab and Fidelity.
Fidelity and Schwab are very good ones. But don't forget, you got to get used to being able to maneuver through the platforms.
So I'm gonna show you here what I posted for the If you guys want to read this real quick, I can't really screenshot it because actually, let me see. I can. I'm gonna write it in the Discord. This is not financial advice. So then I'll post to like what I have as far as investments.
Don't forget in the market, patience.
But let me see if I can find the one that I have here. I had taken a picture of the investment. Trying to find that picture real quick for you guys.
You're good.
I'll post it in the damn, this thing is far down. All right, here you go. Can I screenshot this? No, I can't. I was gonna put it on the screen real quick, Nico, because I don't know if they can see it. So this is what it would be. FID 500 index. Yeah, so these are the positions of that of that index. And I have it as 37% of the portfolio. So if you find this name here, FID 500 index, you can probably change it in there. Good. And then
DK good.
I don't even know if she's there anymore, to be honest.
DK. Yeah, she said it.
Yo, so who was the guy that was
So still here.
the dude that was here, the dude from what's the thing called?
I bet I missed a question.
You got everything? You're good?
Yes, I'm following, I swear.
Who's the other guy that was here for the Schwab for the Thinkorswim thing?
That's
Yo.
All right, so look, so the position is gonna look kind of like this,
Mm.
right?
That's
Whenever
what
you
I was
take a
trying to say.
position,
Yeah.
it looks like this. When you click on this, right,
Mhm.
on the chart, which is up here, on this spot right here, that name is gonna come up. So if you have SPY 25012 puts P602 is gonna show up. That right here is gonna show up here. And then this is gonna look different. It's gonna have whatever it is. So if this is at $1.99, it'll come up on the side. It'll come up as $1.99 or $3 or whatever.
So you
Yeah.
can show the option contract and
Yeah.
how it's moving.
And you can buy and sell. You can move if you have a limit order. You're able to move it in the chart yourself.
Oh,
So
okay. It's like a
This is
little flag.
This is what I do sometimes, like on Robinhood with your watch list. You can watch to see how the contracts are actually moving, not just actually looking at the price, but adding it to the watch list and looking at charts and seeing the actual price movement on it. So you understand if time decay is really affecting it. You understand what's going on. If the stock is going down, but price isn't really moving, then you know that maybe implied volatility may be increasing. So certain different aspects that you can see instead of just only looking at the stock, and that's it.
Can you say that again about the implied volatility? Volatility, if you see it going down, what?
So if you see so for example, let's say you see a stock is going down or a stock is going up on contracts, right? What I like to do is I like to focus on the actual movement on the contracts because that's what we're trading.
Right.
Yes, we're trading the stock, but I still want to know how my contract is moving if I do jump in or if I'm in it. So if I see, let's say the stock is going down, but I see my contract's value not decreasing crazy. So let's say I'm on a call, but I see the stock is going down, but I don't see my contract decreasing crazy. I know that at least I'm pretty good.
Right.
Or let's say, for example, you may have seen if you trade earnings right before earnings happens, if you buy a call and a put at the same time, sometimes you'll see they're both in profits right before market closes. So that's implied volatility increasing. So there's times where you can just trade literally only off of the implied volatility increasing. So that's news. So knowing, or at least understanding news, right? As the implied volatility increases, as it gets close to earnings, as it gets close to an event, that's where price starts to increase. The demand or want for those contracts start to increase. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I heard you.
Everyone else, that makes sense?
So remember what we were talking about, like about the gap ups, etc. So this is Mara, right? And then Mara had it kind of goes in with what Nico was saying too. So Mara had earnings on this candle over here this day, which was the 26th, right? After hours. So this candle that formed over here was into the next day. So it gapped up all the way to $14.85. That same day, right? It started here. That day, it started over here at $14.24 and went all the way up to $14.89, and it dropped all the way back down to $13. That's a whole entire $1.60 move, pretty much, to the downside. The next day, it opened up, and this is the candle that we had on Friday or whatever it was. So you got to think about it that way, right? That was the move. This was the move that it gave on the gap up on the next day, and then it just
Yep.
it dropped because people are taking profits.
Mm.
So I'm not saying it's always gonna happen, but I don't like if something's gapping up, I try to stay away from that stock unless I'm already in it. If I'm already in it, then great. But if I'm not in it, man, I'm not trying to chase it. It's got to be something completely crazy. For example, right now, Elon said that in about 5 years, Tesla could do 1,000%. That's like the biggest pump there is coming
Crazy.
from the CEO himself, right? So if we start seeing things falling back together, especially with Elon being so close to Elon Trump, I mean to Elon Trump, so close to Trump, might as well be Elon Trump, so close to Trump, right? So since he's so close to the government and everything now, I would expect for things to start going his way, even though Trump says that business is business and what he's doing for the country is like really good, but he's not getting any type of special treatment. I think that's all BS, but you never know. We'll see. But yeah, I do agree with him. I do think that Tesla could possibly go to 600, 700 this year alone. But again, saying that, you would have to look at the books, you would have to look at deliveries, you would have to look at what the competition is doing. The competition is getting pretty crazy too. You got to look at their batteries, how they're handling their batteries, what they're trying to do if they're going to switch from lithium to something else. You got to look at a lot of stuff, so you can't just say XYZ stock is going to go to 1,000. and then not have anything factual behind it, so um yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it does. It would benefit me a lot.
70% of their profits are from cars. About 30 is from like energy and everything else. So as long as those numbers good, we chilling.
Yeah.
Any questions, guys?
How do you think LI is gonna open tomorrow?
LLY?
LI. That's that Chinese.
LI auto.
Mm-hmm.
You love that stock, my guy.
It was jumping early.
And then it dips.
Yeah. It says a complete competitor with Tesla. So they claim.
So
That's a
what I would say is do this also. Look and see if they're profiting from their cars. Because I know that I forgot which one it was. Was it Rivian? One of them was losing $400,000 per car that they made.
Damn.
So just depending on how long it may take them to be profitable versus if it will be profitable by the time that if it even comes up. It was on a run though. It was on a nice run. I want to say, I think it was from earnings, I believe.
Mm.
Or it was either earnings or let me see.
They had released they had
That's
announced
what
that
it
they were
was.
coming out with a new car
Yeah.
and it pumped it.
But
oh
remember this, right? So news only lasts for so long. So
Right.
the pump happened, and now people are starting to take profits. Now they're just all waiting for that next opportunity. It's either going to be where they see it's on sale, on clearance, so they
Mm-hmm.
start buying it up, or that next article that gives it that jump like it is now.
so if you're looking at this chart right here, the stock is already opening up red tomorrow, 3% or 4% red tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will be looking for it to fill this gap to 26.40. It's at 29.58. And there's nothing really holding it. What else is holding it? It's already under this level here. 29.40, so it's around here. I will look for 28 and then I will look for 26, 26.06 or 26.30, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Got a big gap over here on this side. Looking at the 4 hour. This is horrible.
I'm
It needs
looking
to.
up close contracts tomorrow. So that's what you
That
telling me.
boy is sick.
Sick
I
as
mean,
hell.
yeah, it could very well like dip a little bit and then jump back up, but I don't see it. It's already under the whole entire setup. It's gonna open up.
Mm-hmm.
If it stays here, it's gonna open up around here. And then all you have left here is down here, 27, 28. And then under here you have, I would say 26.75, 26.77. So I mean, yeah, you never know. You never know. What's this
Yep.
move here? This move is 26.21 to 25. So it's been making a dollar move down or a dollar move up. So from here 25.41 to 26.43. Yeah, so a dollar 20. And then you have from 26.30 to 25.20. Yeah, a dollar something every time. Move up or down. So here, same thing that we were seeing on Tesla before, right? So up, down, up, down, up, down, but still higher than the last. So up, down, up, down. This is kind of level with the other one. Then a big bounce. It's probably had news over here somewhere. And then probably some more news over here as well. And then now it's finally kind of giving it back.
Right. Or with a $33 strike price that
It has a
expires on
33.
Friday. That expires this Friday coming up.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah, 33 strike price.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're not far from it, but I mean, we could barely well like open up at 29.50 and then try to start climbing back up. But are you in profits?
No.
What
Uh,
percent down?
yeah, what percent down?
Um, yeah. How can I even see the on the desktop? I can see on the phone.
When did you open it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. He took Tuesday.
For Friday? You said 33?
Yeah, I got it from Tuesday that just passed.
So I mean they're at 64 cents right now. They're probably gonna open up a lot less than that.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're at 55 cents. They were at 54 cents of 50. You're probably looking at like opening up around 20,
Like 5.24.
25, 26, 28 around there. So you're gonna be like almost. I don't know when you got it. What do you remember the the option price
Filled.
that you got it at?
No, I don't even remember what strike price at what time.
No, how
Uh,
much you bought it for?
um,
So we can figure out the percent.
no, I don't remember. Strike price $33.
You don't remember
Ask
how much you spent on it?
the ask size is 37. That's what it says for buy.
It's all good. I can let me see here. 33. You gotta ask.
Or if you want, send it to me directly, and then I'll see what the fill price was.
At that time, is what you mean?
Yeah, when you originally bought it.
Oh, it say
When
176
did you buy it? When did you
on
buy it? On
Tuesday.
what day? On Tuesday. So
Yeah.
Tuesday,
What time?
you probably bought it at
10. It's like 10 something.
I mean, you probably bought it at 50 or 42. You might have bought it. No, you said at 10?
Yeah, it was like 10 something. I don't remember what time it was exactly. Matter of fact,
Uh, I mean, if you bought it,
it was 10:30, 10:32 that I entered in at
you said Tuesday or Monday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Hey, you probably bought it like at 53 or 55.
He was up at one point. I know it.
Well, I mean, look at how spready this is.
Yeah, it looked nasty. If he probably tried to
This
sell it,
is really spready.
I
probably would
had
have
You're
bought
looking
lost.
in
at,
it and it went
uh,
red like immediately type shit. There was really
yeah,
no
because
profit.
you bought like contracts
Low
that are
volume, the
too
spread of the
spready.
contracts. So that means the price between where it's being bought and sold were too
Uh,
wide.
you see the difference here in
Mm.
Tesla? So you have it goes, it meets each way, it meets each one. This is the actual contracts how they're running. So this one started at 30.60 on whatever this day is on
And that's
the ninth.
Tuesday.
Well, I don't know what day this was, bro. To be honest, it's a 4 hour. So let's
That's a
do.
lot. Tuesday. Wednesday. Tuesday.
All right, so Thursday. So this is Thursday at 9:45. It opened up at 14.11. Went up to 14.64. Then it dropped down to $10.61. So if you bought 10 right there, you know that's what 14,000, and then it went down to 10,000. So and then this shit just catapults it. But oh yeah.
Friday fun.
But you see how this is right here? You see how now it shows you see it doesn't say Tesla anymore. It says the name of the contract or whatever. And then you go here where it says big buttons, and then you can
Mm.
flatten whatever you have. So if you have 10 contracts of that, you'll be able to take it out and dump it into the bid, whatever the bid is.
Oh, okay.
questions, guys? We're good. Ready for tomorrow? Locked and loaded?
I was asking a question in the chat.
Let's see. Oh, Tia wants to know your the clouds that you added on your side mission chart.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. I can send them the script if you want.
Tia, he can send you the script, specific one.
Hey, so Nico, real quick, you trade on the bar or the Heiken?
I trade off the Heikenashis. I don't use the bars. So for me, the bars, it's much easier. It's way easier for me to see a trend occurring on the Heikenashis. So when you see green, you see green. When you see red, you see red. Versus you see kind of an uptrend, but you see a whole bunch of red also occurring. It kind of fakes you out, thinking that it's going to go down or reverse. So it's easier to see on the Heikenashis.
Heard you.
Everyone, of course, preference is different. For me, at least, I look for the simplest way to find a trend. So whichever ways, the RSI, Heikenashis, whatever specific strategies.
Okay, and you don't trade off of the gaps?
So gaps, in a sense, are big moves that have occurred. So, for example, they happen when like earnings occurs, maybe some news occurs. So, for example, trade desk, right? We saw that it fell off a cliff. Sooner or later, that cliff has to go back up, has to climb right back up, right? So it has to sooner or later get back up so you can kind of play on those big dips that have occurred.
Heard you.
So basically, catch the move to fill the gap back.
So you're not really worried about the gaps. Is that would you say that's a beginner strategy or a more advanced intermediate strategy using
I
gap
would say
filling?
across the board for gaps, only because it's important to know what a gap is, what occurred in the stock, and how to be able to play on it. So that's really for everyone, even of course professionals. They're looking for those opportunities.
Heard you.
How to add the EMAs. When you search indicators, you'll be able to add on that specific one. So you can search EMAs and then put in 21 EMA and then save, and it'll come up on the charts. And then for each one. So you got to put each one individually. Any questions, guys? Tia, he posted the script for you. All right, it's 10:30. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna post this link for you guys to be able to go ahead and review. I always recommend, right, repetition. If you watch a movie one time, the second and third time you watch it, you'll see a scene that you don't remember seeing before. So I recommend going back, reviewing, and y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. Thank you, E. We about to have fun this week. We already see some nice action and opportunities. So y'all make sure y'all ready. You're
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
blessed.
Bye, everyone.
You're